What's up, everyone? Welcome to Finance with Tony. I'm Tony, and here we are sharing some ideas about sales and finance for entrepreneurship. I used to share some ideas about the frugal lifestyle, but for this, I decided to shift to the main purpose of this channel more swiftly, and the topic for this video would be the art of sales. And originally, my idea was to implement the basic concept of 3 types of sales, which I believe is like basically the 3 world of sales, totally parallel universes of sales. So we have impulse sales, impulsive sales, we have consulting, we have strategic sales. So without further ado, let's hit the ground running. Impulsive sales, it's kind of this type of sales, probably the most common one, in terms of you easily can recognize those brands like Burger King, McDonald's, some chains, so like chains of apparel like New Yorker, H&M, Gap, etc. Impulsive sales actually is most common type of sales everywhere, and usually actually it's kind of stereotype that generates a little bit this type of career. I mean, in impulsive sales, or usually associates with hard work, really busy schedule, fast-moving pace and work environment, and that's why probably the most people don't like or don't prefer this type of career itself in sales at all, because they associate sales career with those type of jobs where slicky sellers with big smiles, you know, like 24 sales, 24 hours under pressure, a lot of customers, a lot of faces, and a lot of places, etc. Really tough pace, and usually kind of low pay jobs. But those type of products are most common types of products in terms of your daily consumption, like snacks, soft drinks, impulsive purchases, candy, or gift shopping, etc. Vending machines, again, a grocery store, grocery shopping, etc. Usually really short-term sales cycle, and it generates like average cost of average contract value up to $100. So basically, in the last word about impulsive sales, basically, if you are a founder, if you're an entrepreneur, and you would like to start anything like this, like street food retail, food trucks, any other types of businesses in this area, in this arena, you would expect really high competition in terms of small businesses who could be involved in this area, and on the other hand, the secret source of success in this type of businesses is branding. I mean, is the value or the power of your brand. And usually, to create something really outstanding, you need like $100 million budget on advertising to establish really strong brand to compete with Coca-Cola, with other 800-pound gorillas on this market, which is basically the fast-moving FMCG market, fast-moving consumer goods market. So, in terms of benefits, you would not really rely on your sales people, on your staff. You usually easily replace them, and you would spend more money on advertising rather than on sales commissions. Yeah, usually it starts the salaries would start from as low as $10 an hour. You can hire even some students, etc. So actually the low barrier to entry is the most common trigger for small and medium business owners to choose these markets. So let's let's move forward. Consultant sales. Consultant sales basically kind of next level comparing to impulsive sales. Usually you can recognize this type of sales in such careers as real estate agents, financial advisors, software consulting, all kinds of customer solutions, you know, like maybe furniture, furniture department stores, furniture stores, furniture companies. I mean, usually it could be defined as sort of a little bit more complex prices, a little bit of complex characteristics of your products, not so not so simple like impulsive sales, and that's why in this area you can find more sophisticated approaches in terms of sales, you know, like some chats, Flipboard, some individual solutions, customized solutions, etc. And that's why much more people tend to choose this type of careers, and it could be even high rewarding jobs sometimes. I mean, if you are on the top of big competition in the like real estate agents could make astonishing huge commissions in some areas, and especially if they've built, especially if they have like customer books, and that's probably the most valuable, or this is it's basically the bottom line or the secret sauce of success in this area. If you start this type of business, usually you would much dependable on your sales staff, and sometimes even if you really would lose your control, some guy with a book of customers could restart your business model on their own, right? And because there's again not such high border to entry usually in terms of if it's consultant businesses, you know, your education, your abilities, your experience, that's all what you need. Sometimes you need some licenses, but again, in terms of small and medium business opportunities, it's also kind of common choices. And yeah, I wouldn't say in this area you would highly rely on your advertising, on the power of your brand. The much more value for your customers would be the expertise of your sales staff, and that's probably the main reason why it's kind of difficult game in terms of long-term traction for your company if you would start this in this area. For instance, advertising agencies, digital advertising agencies, search engine optimization, or post-per-click advertising, etc. Usually you would find some decent people to run your advertising campaigns for your customers, but as long as they're working on you. But when they've got some experience, they would start their own agencies and or just work as a the freelancers, and you can do basically it would be you would be constantly between the heart and the rock places in terms of explaining to your customers why they had to stay with you. Why they have to stay with you, because basically they could get the similar quality of services from your former employees, right? So but again, you don't need $100 million to establish some brands. I mean, you can, but it goes without saying, if you wanna establish something big, it would be that would be one kind of path for you, but you can do this without huge marketing budgets, because again, the value of the brand of your brand could be kind of in lower value in kind of lower range comparing to impulsive sales. So the last but not least is strategic sales. This type of careers for salespeople usually kind of more attractive. Definitely looks more attractive. This kind of deals, you know. Last point about consultant sales. It's usually up to $1,000 average contract value, and your sales cycle would be probably not like 1 hour, but would be like 1 week. So strategic sales, usually you would expect something like $10,000 average average contract value, maybe even $100,000 average contract value. Sometimes you would target even $1 million average contract value, depending on your expertise, your sustainable competitive advantages, which would be in this type of sales, like expertise or maybe some irreplaceable assets. Nobody could enter this market besides you, something like that. And it's usually for average for decision makers roles, and like your customers usually are organizations, and the motives of people who would be your decision makers are different. And also you have, as a seller, you have to create your book of customers, but all sales kind of individual, all sales extremely customized, all solutions. And this type of sales is probably the most attractive in terms of your potential career benefits. But also, if you're a founder of this type of business, you wouldn't have thousands and dozens and hundreds thousands of deals annually, but you can get extremely attractive results due to even a few deals a year. But you would be really dependable on your sales staff if you would build this business up, your business up, and your team would be like in the stage of tribe rather than family. On this stage, you would be really dependable on your salespeople. You wouldn't find any other solutions. I mean, you can't stop investing in their competitions, in their expertise. You would spend probably a lot of money on trainings, sales trainings, product trainings, product training programs. Your onboarding process would be really slower, like up to 6 months. And this type of businesses really rely on the brands or on the expertise of your salespeople. So it's kind of the double-edged sword. You would have you can choose between those these three types of sales, and you will when it comes to establish some business model, to choose your business ideas, to speculate about them, you can use this framework, simple framework between impulsive consulting and strategic sales, and it would really it would provide it provides for you, this approach provides for you kind of great shortcuts in terms of your business model, your in terms of your focus. You wouldn't mix up. You wouldn't. You don't want to mix up some approaches and characteristics of these types of sales. I mean, kind of trying to implement strategic sales advantages, which is extreme customization, high volume of contract, high prices, to, let's say, consultant sales, right? It's that just wouldn't work with this as a business model, right? Because you can definitely pay much higher commissions to your salespeople, but your customers wouldn't pay such high prices. In the long run, your marketing approach, your sales approach it's kind of just makes your destiny or of your product faster. I mean, it's just kind of catalyst for the destiny of your product rather than or your services, whatever. But it doesn't create the destiny itself, the destiny of your product and your company eventually, and your traction as an entrepreneur itself. So I wish you the best of luck with implementing this framework in your business, and until the next one, thanks for coming along, and have a great day ahead.